Welcome to second lesson of Module 2. Today we are discussing about risk assessment methods in ISO framework. Risk assessment is a core requirement of ISO 45001. It helps organizations understand which hazards pose the greatest threat. Let's start understanding risk assessment. Risk assessment examines two main factors: the likelihood of an event happening and the severity of its consequences. By analyzing both, organizations can prioritize the most significant risks. Let's apply risk assessment techniques. Several techniques are used to assess risks in workplace environments. One commonly used method is the risk matrix. This method ranks risks based on severity. It helps classify hazards as low, medium, or high risk. Another technique is job safety analysis, or JSA. JSA breaks a job into steps and identifies hazards at each stage. It is useful for tasks involving machinery or hazardous materials. A third method is what-if analysis. This technique asks a series of what-if questions. For example, what if the equipment fails? This approach helps reveal potential failures before they occur. More advanced workplaces may use failure mode and effects analysis, also known as FMEA. It identifies possible failures in equipment or systems and assigns numerical values to the severity. This gives a detailed understanding of where risks are highest. Applying these techniques helps identify potential weaknesses. Let's evaluate the effectiveness of existing controls. After identifying risks, organizations must examine the controls already in place. This evaluation helps determine whether current measures are working. One method is to check whether the control eliminates the hazard or only reduces it. Elimination is always the strongest form of control. Another step is verifying whether workers understand and follow the control measures. If controls are not followed, they may not be effective. Monitoring incident reports is another way to measure effectiveness. If incidents still occur, controls may need adjustment. Inspections and audits also provide evidence of control performance. They reveal gaps, inconsistencies, or weaknesses in existing measures. Evaluating controls ensures that safety strategies are actively functioning. Let's determine appropriate risk control measures. ISO 45001 recommends using the hierarchy of controls. The first level is elimination. This removes the hazard entirely. The second level is substitution. This replaces the hazard with something less dangerous. For example, using a less harmful chemical. The third level is engineering controls. These isolate workers from hazards. The fourth level is administrative controls. These change how work is organized. Examples include training, supervision, break schedules, and written procedures. The final level is personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes gloves, helmets, masks, and safety glasses. PPE is the last line of defense because it relies on proper use by workers. Choosing appropriate controls requires evaluating cost, effectiveness, and impact on workers. Together, all these steps support ISO 45001's goal of proactive and preventive risk management. In the next lesson we will discuss emergency preparedness in ISO framework. Thank you.